I had the pleasure of running in my very first Boston Marathon this past April, and I had an amazing time doing it, and I finished with a time that I was really happy with, running 2:52, which was a 5-minute PR for me, and placed me in the top 10% of my age group. So all goals met going into the race. So to make sure that I was successful with the race, I did a lot of research leading up to it, including reading the Boston Marathon Handbook by Mark Polina. I didn't read all of it before the race, though. I only got about partway through, and then kept reading it on after the race, including on the plane ride back. And I got to the section called the 10 Boston Marathon Commandments and realized, oops, I broke a couple of those commandments, and really went against the advice of this book in three ways. And in each of those cases, I'm really glad that I did. The first commandment I broke was, "Thou shalt not cross the finish line before Marathon Monday." My wife came with me to the race, and then we had two couples that we're friends with, and we all arrived into Boston on Saturday and then went to the expo that Saturday evening, which was a great time to go to the expo. The lines were very short and made the expo pretty fun. Walking to the expo, we walked across the finish line, and I had a really meaningful and memorable moment when I walked under that finish line that Saturday night, because I knew in less than 2 days, Lord willing, I'd be crossing that finish line. And I thought, that's going to be a relief when I get across that finish line. But then I thought, you know what? That's going to be pretty sad too, because this journey of training for the marathon and anticipation of looking forward to the race, and the race itself is just going to be something that was super meaningful, enjoyable, and just something that meant a lot to me. And I'd be sad when that was over. And it was just something that all of the feelings from the training and everything leading to it really kind of came together. So I'm glad I had that moment before the race. The next commandment that I broke was, "Thou shalt not wear thy swag or merch before crossing the finish line." So the iconic Boston Marathon jacket, it goes on sale a little bit before Christmas, before the race. So I ordered it for myself as a Christmas present, and wore it through the winter as I was training and prepping for the marathon. And hey, once again, I'm glad I did, because other than wearing it all around Boston after the race, the time in South Carolina during the winter was about my best opportunity to wear it, because as soon as we got back home to South Carolina, that jacket is going in the closet, never to be worn until many months later. And the third one is not a commandment, but it is something that Mark mentions throughout his book, which is really to be on cruise through the first several miles, first 16 miles of the race or so, and not to even remember Framingham and Natick and Wellesley and all the wonderful New England towns that we run through. And I didn't really follow that, and I don't think it impeded my performance at all. So, I was going for a PR. I was following the advice for a PR, but I didn't follow that piece of advice, and I'm glad I didn't, because those were some fantastic memories from the race. I loved seeing all of the support, and especially early on in the race, there were a ton of families there, and a lot of kids looking for high fives, and it was just really cool seeing that support. I've been a runner for 30 years, and I've never seen so many people care about running as I did during the Boston Marathon. So glad I experienced that. Glad I had the whole race experience, and reading the course description really in this book really helped out with that experience. I knew that the train station was iconic. I knew where the Scream Tunnel was. I knew all the different highlights that I still remember to this day. So recommend the book, and really recommend the race itself.